Well, Nick and Heather, welcome to Heart of the City.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
For being on the podcast. I'm so excited to chat. Y'all's business is so fascinating to me. It is so much behind the scenes magic that I can't wait to really peel back the layers of all that you do and who you are. So thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, appreciate
We're
the invite.
excited about it.
Yes. All right. So you are the owners of FORTECH. I want one of you or both of you explain what you do in like 1 to 2 sentences. Give me a short briefing.
That's impossible.
That's definitely him also.
Well, I actually just had a meeting with my guys talking about what it is that we do, because it's really easy to think we're just the speaker guys or the TV guys, but we enhance your lifestyle with complex technology, so we just make it easier.
Look at that elevator pitch. Yes, that's
No,
awesome.
It only took 25 years.
Yeah. That's amazing. Okay. We're going to start today's interview with a little bit of like guided imagery, because I was having this vision of like, I want Nick and Heather to walk me through their dream home. 0 budget, 0 ceiling, like absolute dream home. And I'm going to prompt you like every step of the way. And then you're going to tell me. And I kind of want both of your input as to like the woman's needs and wants versus, okay? You got me?
Before we get started,
Yeah.
I want to say, roll the Jay-Z clip.
Listen.
Like that, would that go before this? Or
I love that you know our intro song. That just makes me love you even more.
I was like, that's the perfect intro song.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I do have to shout out my dear friend and one of my trainers, Will Frierson. When I told him the name of the podcast early on in the ideation days, he goes, "Oh, you got to get that Jay-Z song." And I was like, huh? Like, he literally was the one to come up with it. And I went to Cameron, I'm like, there may be copyright issues with this, but I think we need this song. And he's like, we'll make it work.
Not until I said Jay-Z.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Anyway, okay, here we go. Okay, the ultimate FORTECH dream home. No budget, total freedom. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Okay. Front door entryway. Like, what is the very first piece of tech we interact with when we walk in?
A keypad.
Oh, okay.
But a very unique keypad. Probably not one you've seen in a house here. It'd be from Lutron Palladium. It looks like it was picked up somewhere in Europe and just dropped in your foyer.
Okay, love. And so gets rid of the need for keys, all that fumbling. You just know the code. Okay.
Now, my front foyer wouldn't be able to have a smart door lock because it would be one of those big swinging ones. You ain't putting a deadbolt on it. So no smart door lock on that door.
Here we go.
But-
Okay. So that's more for your security system,
Yep.
the keypad. Okay.
The keypad would be your lights.
oh,
So it's
And, like,
inside. It's not
press
even
it.
on the
it's
front door.
inside. Okay, okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like once you enter.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Before you enter?
I
Yeah.
mean, sure. I'm talking just the entrance experience. Is there tech that you would have installed?
So I would say you wouldn't likely see any of the tech installed. It'd be a video doorbell.
Oh no, I'm not thinking we
On
see
the
it.
exterior.
I want everything, even the hidden. Okay, so
Okay,
video
well,
doorbell.
On the hidden side, as you're approaching, would be the exterior lighting and lighting control. So depending on when you walk up, the lights would set the mood for your approach. So if it's night and you're away and you're coming home in the evening, the lights would come on either automatically while you're gone, or they'd be on when you get there, to invite you in. But as you approach the doorway, video doorbell, of course, the security, the peace of mind that comes with knowing a package got delivered or somebody's at the house that shouldn't be. But by that time, you've already been on 3 other cameras, because we have the driveway, the front yard, the mailbox if it's in shot.
Can you
But
tell
you've
we have
never seen those
teenagers?
cameras.
Yes, yes.
We tell our kids you cannot get in or out, that we don't know about it, so don't even try.
Yeah, y'all aren't the parents to mess with
No.
on the sneaking out or
No.
sneaking in.
On the security side, though, like the burglar, I'm not hugely concerned about that sort of stuff. But there's the environmental side, the smoke detectors, the carbon monoxide. That stuff does worry me. So that's all protecting the house, and all of it's hidden, at least for the most part.
Okay, so then when you walk in, you've got the keypad and that controls lights.
Yeah, I can't stress just how beautiful those keypads are.
Oh, okay. Now I got to look this
They
up.
are-
I guess
they
you'll
are
be showing me a
beautiful.
picture later. Amazing. Okay. Anything else in like that entryway, foyer area? Anything giving that environment?
Yeah, so the light quality is probably the biggest thing that you'd notice walking in, whether it's just the quality of the bulbs, not your off the shelf LED bulbs from Home Depot, but a more custom one with quality dimming down to a very low percentage. And then the control side of that, they kind of have to go together. For a long time, we did just the control, and you put a really nice dimmer on a really bad bulb, and you just get really bad dimming. So we're doing kind of the end-to-end lighting now.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So many questions tethered to this, which maybe we'll along the way have to veer off.
My house would be very complex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, we're going into the living room now. What is the must have here? The thing that changes how people use the space?
Oh, you were just talking about your favorite thing in our living room yesterday.
The fireplace.
Oh, tell me about
Fireplace.
it. What's it like?
Well, you have to have a frame TV,
Of course.
of course. So that's number one. Our fireplace is, well, it's tied to what our whole system. I guess I can just speak out loud and it comes on. It's fantastic.
Luxury.
I know, it's nice. I imagine there's even like a level up from that, but obviously the audio in there is really important, and I mean we offered many solutions for that. So what we got, bookshelf speakers and stand speakers. I mean,
Hidden wall
I mean,
speakers.
wall speakers, ceiling speakers. We have it all. So
Amazing.
especially if you're someone that the aesthetics is really important to you, we've got you covered.
I'd say balancing the performance and the aesthetics. Yeah, the mantle mount, the motorized mantle mount.
Oh yeah, very good.
Because as much as people
Where the TV comes
Yes.
down.
love the art TV, it's still really uncomfortable to watch up there. So being able to bring it down to eye level for some intentional TV watching,
That's so
or movie
nice.
watching,
Yeah.
it's really comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. When I saw that demo at the studio, I was like, oh, wow, this is really living.
We need it at our house.
Yeah.
We need it.
Nick?
We have a living room. We don't sit in there often, and so we don't really think about it. But the fireplace has been going nonstop lately, and it's in that room. And I'm like, we might need to do something about this because the TV's a little
Yeah. I could see
The
that.
it's
voice activation
cozy.
is really nice for the fireplace.
It is.
I
so
can imagine.
nice.
I'm down on hands and knees, like trying to light
Yeah.
the pilot, like
know.
peasant over here. Okay,
I'm like,
clearly, I'm saving
"Alexa."
up for FORTECH.
Actually, one of my employees this morning said that when people ask him what we do, he says, "We make lazy people lazier."
That's
I'm like,
so
well, I hope
good.
you don't really feel that way,
No, but
I
that is
don't- I mean,
funny.
but it's kind of true.
That is funny. That's
you know,
hilarious.
like yeah, it's nice.
I would define it as we're improving people's lives through complex technologies
yeah.
by making it simple for them.
Yes.
Well, I think we used that like luxury meets comfort tagline before, and I think that's exactly what it is, really. So
This episode is brought to you by Forte Fitness. What I love about Forte's personal training approach is it isn't focused on body image or outward appearance, but rather lifelong wellness and functional movement. Forte has been an integral part of my life and has seen me through a lot of seasons, including 2 pregnancies, 2 postpartum seasons, and now juggling 2 babies while still doing my best to prioritize my workouts. The team at Forte is all about meeting you where you are. Whether you've never picked up a weight in your life or you're ready for the next challenge, there is a place for you. Your first step will be a one-on-one consultation with the owner, Adam Lozano, and from there, he will pair you with the best trainer to meet your goals. Text Adam at 423-838-0086 to set up your consultation and mention Heart of the City to get your first 3 personal training sessions for free.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, man, what a perfect marriage. Okay, in the kitchen, what is a sneaky upgrade people never think about but end up loving?
oh,
Anything in the kitchen?
that I don't know.
specifically?
Anything in the kitchen?
So honestly, it'd probably be outside of what we offer, but a piece of tech that I'd want in my kitchen is one that we have in our current kitchen, and that is a vacuum dustpan.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
You might
So
need to start carrying those.
it's part of a central vacuum system.
Wow.
Which a lot of companies in our industry
Yeah.
do that. We just don't
Yeah.
at all. Don't want to. Just
Don't
make
call
it clear.
us.
But it's really cool.
That's awesome.
You just kick this little switch and the vacuum starts going and you can sweep right into it. And it's about as hidden as it gets. So the Roomba's
That's
really
cool.
replaced a lot of that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, my Roomba's voice activated too. I'm telling you, I just speak. My house
I
just
mean,
it's
gosh,
vacuums,
you just
the
have, like-
fireplace.
Yeah. Your
Yeah,
staff.
he's right. I'm lazy. That's right.
No, you're also
I just sit on my
efficient.
couch, kicked back.
Oh my gosh.
so I actually do use the kitchen as a great example for lighting control.
Okay.
Ours is a great example, our current house. And that is we have kind of 3 ways to get into there. And each point of entrance has 2 light switches controlling different things. So you have
That's
under
awesome.
cabinet, pendants, over cabinet, the cans, the chandelier, but they're all over the place. So if you wanted to turn all those on, you're either hitting a bunch of switches, going
yeah.
to different places.
Uh-huh.
And so even in a pre-construct or a new existing construction environment, we're able to swap those out with keypads. And one press, everything comes up to a single level. One press, it goes off. So
That's so
that's how
nice.
we use it. And actually, our main entrance didn't have a light switch for the kitchen. That's so weird. They put them on the outsides.
Okay.
So in my dream house, I'd have the much more elegant Lutron Elise keypads at the entrances with one button for lights and another for audio.
Nice. And then, yeah, you have audio all throughout the kitchen, of course, too.
Absolutely.
You got to have
That's
the
assumed.
ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But probably the invisible speakers in the kitchen.
Yes, I could see that. In the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool. Which at your showroom, one of the coolest things is that you can experience a lot of these things. You can like walk in little nooks and you're all of a sudden hearing music or what's on the TV and it's just like coming out of the walls. I'm like, wait, what?
Really hard
Where are
to
the eyesores?
explain that
Yeah,
to
no,
somebody.
it's awesome. It's awesome.
What do you mean invisible?
Invisible.
They're hidden behind the wall?
Exactly.
They are the wall.
Exactly. They are the wall. Okay, primary bedroom. What makes this feel like a true retreat tech-wise?
Motorized shades.
Oh,
shades,
that's a
yes.
good one.
100%.
Which really, I think they're a need everywhere.
Yes. Kids' rooms,
Every
TV room.
where.
That would be
If you have a
amazing.
tall, great room and that
The glare.
certain time of day the sun comes in.
Yes. Okay, that's so good. Motorized shades, you do those.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So you're going to tell us if you don't do it. Otherwise, we're assuming you do all of this.
Yeah,
Okay.
like we do not do
The dustpan.
central vac.
Got it. Got it. You're like, I'll give you a
That's a hate
number.
from my installation days. I don't want anything to do with
Okay.
central vac.
Okay, Heather, I feel like you'll be good at this one because I have been to your home. The outdoor space. What are we doing outside that makes this house the go-to hangout?
Oh my, everything. Our backyard, we talk about it frequently, actually, what we're gonna do. And we have lighting and audio. We want a pool. You can deck out that area, the pool house. Right now we have speakers everywhere, TV. Yeah, I mean, everything.
Everything.
It would
Season
just-
extenders. We have the heaters,
Oh,
the
nice.
motorized screens, which we do that.
Totally, just to
Well,
keep the heat
I'm still waiting
down.
to get those motorized screens outside.
Well, you can
I need
get them for privacy, you get them for sun, you can get them for temperature, get them for bugs. There's
I
a
do
lot of-
want them
lot of
to
benefit
extend the
them.
season because I say all the time, like we could be using that right now if we had something.
Truly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's on my list.
I'd have an outdoor projection system over the pool too.
No, see,
So right at the end of the pool, you got the screen that drops down, long throw
Ugh,
light cannon of a projector.
man.
see, that's not even on my radar. I need the music, the audio, the lighting. That's where I'm at.
Hey, I don't hate any of this. This sounds
Actually,
amazing.
from a safety perspective, with having a pool, they have pool sensors. So if something were to fall into the pool, you can
Wow.
have that. You have motorized covers for the pool. We don't do a lot of the pool accessories, but we do integrate with them.
Wow.
The pool control can even be integrated into our system. So if you were to have something as simple as arming the alarm, could close your pool cover, set the temperature lower, things like that.
That's awesome. I mean, from a safety perspective,
I
that
think
is
the
huge.
alarm, if you have children, is a
Yes.
must.
Yes.
If you have
Because, I
pool
mean, a
and
lot of
kids,
moms just are scared to have a pool for that reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool. Okay, is there like one feature that sums up FORTECH in this dream home that is just like the non-negotiable, even if you've already
Home
listed?
theater.
Home theater, of course it is, which you all have done right. Yes.
Yes, we have.
That is quite the sensory experience. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What is like minimum square footage of a room for a home theater?
That's tough because our showroom is actually pretty small. It's
It is,
12 by
yeah.
18.
Okay.
Ours at home is, I think, closer to 14 by 25, something like that.
Yeah.
And so there's not a hard number.
Yeah.
It also depends on what you're looking to do.
True.
We started with a number in our head for how many seats we wanted.
Yeah,
And we
makes
kind of made it
sense.
work from there. We said, okay, well, we can't have the arm in the middle.
Yeah.
It needs to be a love seat so that we can fit 4 wide.
Yeah.
Because we said we needed 12 seats, which sounds silly. But you'd be amazed at how many
Kids,
times
friends. Yeah.
they're full.
Our
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, just your family.
Yeah, I mean, our family fills it up. So
And that room
wanted
you
to
all
ch-
converted, was it a bedroom? No, 'cause it doesn't have a window.
Somebody had already done a theater in it. It was just really
okay.
poorly done.
Gotcha.
So we gutted
right.
it and
Okay.
rebuilt it. So I guess it was always a theater.
Yeah. So cool.
Just
Okay.
a lot nicer.
it's a lot nicer.
Yeah. In terms of what you all offer, is there anything else you left out of the dream home just by not remembering? Or like, is there anything else that you're like, oh, this is a popular item for us, or this is something we do frequently? I mean, I know you guys do like golf simulators. Is there anything else in like the sports space?
So that's tough. Just because we do so much. We touched on a lot.
Those are probably like the heavy hitters. That's what
Yeah.
you're most known for. People
Really
are coming in
probably
for.
tying it all together is the piece that people have a harder time conceptualizing, but is one of our bigger offerings, and that's what they call the smart home or the automation side of it. And so while all of these things are cool operating on their own or with a switch, happening automatically is the goal.
That's so cool.
So that, whether it's geofencing or cause and effect, disarming the alarm, lighting pathways depending on time of day, circadian lighting, having light that changes temperature throughout the day,
Wow.
and the health effects of that.
Yeah.
So there's just so many different
So cool.
aspects of the services we offer that we oftentimes forget to present them.
You're like, we actually forget what we do until we're asked to do it. And we're like, oh, yeah.
yeah,
Which
we
is
do
one
that.
thing I love
We
about
do
you.
that
I
too.
remember just recently we were talking and you're like, I'm kind of one of those people that it's like, if someone comes to me and they're like, do you guys do this? You don't say no. You're like, yeah, let me look. And then you're like, I look
figure it
into
out.
it, figure out how to do it.
figure it out.
And then, yeah, I mean, within reason, obviously. But yeah, that's so cool.
I used that quote this morning. That was Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Who said something along the lines of, if somebody asks you if you can do something, you say yes and figure it out.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, way to build
It's
a
a
business.
good way to be, yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so as dreamy as all this sounds, obviously it comes with a big investment for the client. How do you walk your clients through kind of that overwhelming process? Or do you feel like if someone's approaching your services, they kind of know what they're getting into?
We get a mix.
Okay.
Certainly a mix. When I started in the industry 20 years ago, I didn't know the industry was a thing.
Wow.
And I think people are still finding out that it's a thing,
I would agree.
especially if it's the first time they're building a house and the builder's like, do you got a low voltage guy? And they're like, what's that?
Yeah.
And so that's, sometimes people's first introduction to us
Wow.
is building a house.
Well, I think some people too know a portion of it exists, but I mean, we offer so much. And so, yeah, they come to the showroom and they have no idea that some of those things are even options.
So cool.
So they know a little bit, but not everything. So
That's so cool. So if someone has to prioritize, like from a financial standpoint, where are you going to guide them to start?
Wiring the house.
Just so it's ready when they can invest
Exactly.
that level. Oh.
And we I'd say 90% of the time we're taking a phased approach where somebody
Yeah.
might have a whole list of what they want to do.
Yeah.
And when they get that price, it's just
Whoa. Yeah.
every once in a while we get that makes sense.
Yeah.
Very, very few. But
Yeah.
we're putting a lot of effort into budgetary estimates right
Yeah.
now, trying to find a way to get people I don't want to say qualified. It's not that salesy. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste our
Totally,
time.
totally.
And so let's find a way to establish a working budget early so that neither of us are wasting our time.
And so I'm not
We wanna
surprising
get you to the
you.
end.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, and so they get everything they want.
Totally.
So, I mean, people are, they'll consider it a little bit more if it's not like day one, you have to give me all of this money, right? But phasing it out gives them a little bit of an opportunity to get what they want, in the beginning.
Totally.
And then, as time moves on, they get, sometimes they live in this space too, and they're like, wait, no, I do want X, Y, or Z. But sometimes I do think it takes like living in it and experiencing it. And,
Totally.
And then you realize what you don't have that you really want. And then
You
their
save up for
timeline
it.
moves up very quickly.
Exactly. They're like, it's not my Christmas present for the next 6
Yeah,
years.
yeah. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
We do get, every once in a while, somebody will say, do I really need this? And I get to say, you don't need anything.
Totally.
We don't do anything that you need. We do almost all stuff people want.
Totally. I think
It will
that's so
enhance your life. And if that's a priority for you, then you might need what we do. But nothing that we do is life or death.
Yeah. You're in the luxury space. You're not in the necessity space.
This episode is brought to you by Chattanooga Shoe Company. If you know me, you know I'm obsessed with shoes. It's probably my main addiction when it comes to shopping. One reason I love shoes is they fit in every season of life, and they can still be that statement piece in an outfit. Chattanooga Shoe Company not only curates styles that are cutting edge in the fashion world, but also their shoes are by far the most comfortable pairs that I own. Instead of only wearing the big brands like Adidas and UGG, I love wearing things that not everybody else has. And Chattanooga Shoe Company has introduced me to brands from all over the world that I would have never otherwise known existed. I get compliments on my shoes just about every single day, and I'm so proud when I get to say they're from Chattanooga Shoe Company. Use code HOTC for 10% off your purchase when you shop online at chattanoogashoe.com.
So, okay, since getting to know you guys in your business, I'm just so fascinated and excited that like this level of, and this is probably naive for me, but that this level of client like lives and breathes in our city. Some of this feels a little bit like futuristic, like way out of Chattanooga's league. And like clearly you all are operating in Chattanooga holistically, obviously the greater area, I'm sure, regionally. But, so like what is the biggest invoice you sent that someone didn't bat an eye at?
That didn't bat an eye at $170,000.
Dang. And that will what does that installation look like? Like how many months of work is that?
So time on site would be a couple weeks. It's just
Wow.
over a long period
Yeah,
of time.
of course.
And a lot of our, we're not cashing big old $170,000 checks.
Totally.
We get the little bit at the end.
Totally.
Right. Our projects are really our solutions are mostly product.
Yeah.
And so it's not any different than if buying a TV from me than if you were buying it from Best Buy. You got to spend the same amount of money there.
Yes.
And so in a lot of ways, you're not spending any more on the actual equipment.
Yeah.
You're just getting our expertise on tying it all together,
Yeah.
making sure that it's all compatible, that it talks well, and that it functions as a single system.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, and you don't want to be piecemealing that at Best Buy. At least I don't.
No, definitely not.
Gosh.
There obviously are some tech that
Yes.
are exclusive to our industry,
course,
like the
yeah.
lighting control thing. You don't DIY your lighting control.
Yeah, God. What's something that people might think is super expensive but really isn't in like the scheme of things?
All of it.
Wow.
So you mentioned the kind of the breed of client that
Mm-hmm.
is in Chattanooga now. A good example would be a house that's undergoing renovation right now. We actually found the original quote for the system that's in it today. It was exactly 20 years old, and they put $250,000 of technology into this house. And it include lighting, security, surveillance, audio throughout, invisible speakers, home theater. And we could replace it all for $100,000.
Wow.
So you're getting the better new technology at
Wow.
40% of what it used to cost. So almost everything is cheaper.
Wow. Why is that? more
production,
access to
yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
so
yeah. It
just-
was probably like so rare 20 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, you got a bigger uptake on tech. People aren't as
Wow.
scared of new innovations.
Yeah.
You had a lot of people that were hesitant to, put proprietary equipment in, but a company like Lutron now has been around for over 100 years.
Wow.
Invented the dimmer. I wouldn't hesitate to put Lutron in any house.
Let's buy stock in Lutron. Got it.
Yeah, they're a safe bet in our industry for
That's
sure.
awesome. Wow. Okay, so what kind of problems are you seeing most frequently where you're like, okay, I know you said people don't need things, but like what are the problems you solve for that bring the most quality of life or are the most, life-changing, if you will?
I'm doing all the talking, so
I don't
I'm
do
gonna give you.
Oh, I've
I
got
know
some-
it's very techie, so
I've got some guided questions for Heather.
I
Don't
can't
worry.
help but.
Yeah, you have to. I don't know.
That's why she looks
not-
at
I'm
you.
not in the-
FYI, she's looking at you for a reason.
I am. I'm not in the day-to-day operation.
No, I know you're not.
Yeah.
We're getting
and
to
you
that.
don't want me to be
Yeah.
either. I know enough for it to probably be dangerous. Yeah.
Says the smart home certified real estate.
I know enough for it.
I know, we're
I
getting
have an
there.
expert, so I do know enough.
Yeah.
I know I surprise myself sometimes when I have a conversation with someone, and I'll call him and be like, "Babe," but I do
They
live
thought
in
I
it.
was smart.
I do live in it every day, and so and I know enough. I recognize things here, and I know what I need to look for. And of course, if I have a question, I just call the expert.
Yeah.
So you got no answer away.
Well, so mind repeating the question?
Oh, just like what's your most popular solution that you feel like just brings people the most ease and quality of life in their home?
That's tough because every job is
different.
so unique
Yeah.
and they don't
Yeah.
do every component. Probably so. Cameras are probably a pretty big one of the more common ones that people aren't comfortable doing themselves.
And that feels like a more justified investment because it's safety related. It's not just, luxury.
Yeah, and the cost of entry is pretty low to try it out, which is I think a lot of people like that. They'll do the Nest or Ring, and what they don't like about that is batteries or having to climb up a ladder. The things that let's get a real solution. We liked when it worked a little bit, so
Totally.
if it works a lot, it'll be really good.
Yeah.
And so we never look at our cameras
Yeah.
unless we need to.
Yeah. Exactly.
If something happens, we can
Totally.
go back and check. But
Yeah.
it's
You're not
a
getting
lot of peace
alerts
of
all
mind.
day and yeah.
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 It is just a little peace of mind. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so nice.
I advise don't get alerts.
Yeah. Oh, we have a flag out front, and our Ring camera is always telling me someone's at the door, and I'm like
Yes.
home alone, and I'm like, what? It's the flag in the air. Like, stop. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back origin a little bit. So you've been in this industry for how long?
I think 25 years.
Okay.
now.
Okay. And your business is claimed as veteran owned. You're still active.
Yep.
Air Force, right?
Air National Guard, Tennessee Air National Guard.
Okay,
yep.
amazing. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So how has that kind of tethered to this field, or like, do you feel like there are connections with kind of your mind and how that works and what you what you do in, the National Guard that kind of relate to this now?
Yeah, they're a little bit.
Okay.
A lot different levels of discipline.
Yeah.
I don't run my company like the military, so it's not as strict. I'd say the differences are probably what make it a little bit better. I know how I don't want to run my business, so we're more friendly to operate. We're not as rigid. We're real flexible, and I'd say those aren't very military terms. But I was in this industry before I was in the military, so I brought some of my low voltage experience, which I mentioned briefly before this, that the Guard is largely made up of civilians that are experts in the field that they end up going into. So we're bringing in that
Expertise.
private side of experience. But one thing that I definitely took away was I learned how to splice fiber in the military. That's a very high cost of entry skill, and the military did that for me, and it meant that I was able to provide it as a service now. I learned how to do it. I was able to eventually buy all the materials and tools and everything that's required.
And what does that mean exactly?
So fusion splicing fiber optic cable is a very precise
You and I have the same face.
operation.
Okay.
It used to require a very expensive device to do.
And you
They're
do it by hand
much
now?
more reasonable. No, we have that machine.
Machines.
We
Okay.
have
Okay.
the machine, but we more than anything is we have the knowledge of how to do it end to end.
Gotcha.
And we have the capability of doing it end to end.
Wow.
So it's not something that a lot of companies in this space are able to do.
Yeah.
I think that's the plus side is there aren't a lot.
It's pretty unique. And so she mentioned a pool house. Just having a connection between your main house and your pool house with a copper data cable
Wow.
means that they are linked electrically.
Yeah.
And so something happens out here, it can travel over that line and cause damage here. And so fiber optics is a really great way to electrically isolate two buildings on the same property
Wow.
Well, you've
and
done
get fast and get the high speed still.
you've done like docks and stuff too, correct?
Docks
Yeah,
are-
so I know we
And
did
they're
one.
really susceptible to lightning issues.
That makes sense.
So
okay.
fiber optic to docks is
Yeah,
a big one.
Yeah, that's
that
huge.
is a big one.
But that's probably one of the biggest technical things that
Yeah.
I took from the military.
That's so cool.
The training style I do employ a little bit. That's just that always be training mindset. So
I love that.
Never get complacent.
Yeah. And you can tell that with your team. Like every time I'm there, it feels everyone's just very like proactive, seems very intentional, smart, but friendly. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, so Heather, when did you come on the scene? How did you kind of integrate yourself into this world and your role now? I want to know a little bit about that extra certification as a realtor.
I do all the things.
Yeah.
So really, we started the business kind of together about 7 years ago. Is that right? 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably.
That feels like a long time.
Yeah.
But, we kind of started it then, and we laugh often about where we started because our foyer was his storage facility, basically. So you could not even get through the front door, and it was like something has to change.
Yeah.
We were so excited when we moved to this little spot just right down the street, and it was, I mean, he renovated it. It looked fantastic. We were just so excited to be there. And now when we look back, it's like, oh my goodness, how are we here? We started, and then he was actually deployed. And so we had, I don't know, maybe like a year in before he left for 8-9 months. And so the business just kind of, it didn't really take, I guess it did come to a halt pretty much. I mean, we survived it through, I tried to run it the best I could, but he did a lot from there, but I just kind of held down the fort here.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really until he got back that we really reintroduced everything. And
Yeah.
so anyways, we're how many years in now? That was 22, 4 years. So I think
Yeah.
we're coming up on 4 years.
And you've been in your downtown showroom how long?
Is this going to be 3?
Yeah,
I mean, he
amazing.
came back and we hit the ground running. I mean, it went from like 0 to 1,000, what feels like overnight, really.
Ugh.
This last year has just been fantastic. He's made huge strides in business. It seems like every day something new is coming up.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been, I guess, about 6.5 years total. But we like to say it hasn't really been because pretty much everything before deployment was just kind of
groundwork.
stagnant.
Yeah.
All
So
hesitant.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to do anything too big.
yeah.
I'm going to be
Because
gone.
you knew you were
Yeah,
going to
it's
go
me,
on.
and it's
Yeah.
like, well, I can't.
You're not
going
gonna
to
leave
go and
that with
install
her.
anything.
Yes,
so I'm like,
yes.
this needs to be bare minimum
Yeah.
until you get back. I need, I
And
need to
Nick,
be able
you're-
to pay employees. That's where I was. Like, do
Exactly.
whatever I have to do to get them by, and then
Yeah. And you're going on most of the jobs. Like you're yourself going or
Not anymore.
not anymore.
anymore.
Okay. Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prior to the deployment, I was on most of the jobs.
Yeah.
When I got back, I really hit the ground running.
Yeah.
We were tapped out.
Yeah.
And so just off to
Hiring,
the races.
training.
And I'd say I haven't really been in the field now for a couple years.
Great. Good for
It was
you.
About the time we opened the showroom downtown was about the time I really stepped back out of that.
Yeah.
And so most of my struggle now is just maintaining the operations, ordering that sort of stuff. But
Yeah, for sure.
I will say I can't take all the. So we had a sales guy, John, which they worked together years ago. He works for us now, but he really helped me through it too. He was
Sweet.
in the field here helping me out. So Nick was working from all the places. He just bounced around everywhere. And so between the three of us,
Yeah.
we held it down. But yeah, I definitely
Sweet
could not
John.
have done it by myself either.
That's awesome.
So he did. He stepped up and he got us through.
Yeah. Okay, and so
So-
you're also a licensed real estate agent.
I am,
And you're
yes.
what was the certification? I need the
I am
accolade.
smart home certified.
Okay.
I think I'm the only smart home certified agent in Chattanooga. So.
Wow. Okay. And so really what that means is your knowledge just of how to help people know how to navigate renovations or builds or whatever is gonna obviously lend itself
and even
nicely.
from this, people walk into homes and they see all this equipment and they have no idea what it is or what it does.
Yeah.
They have no idea what sort of value it brings to a property. They don't know when they go to sell, what do I leave? What do I take?
Yes.
And so, of course, I advise. And then I also reach out to my expert over here and say, okay, what do we need to do? If they leave this, what happens when they move? That sort of thing.
Right.
And so between the two of us, we just guide them along. And we do have some of our clientele, they, intertwine a bit because I've had several clients that still work with him. And so that works well for us. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
I love
like I
it.
said, I don't know everything, but I know enough. I know surprisingly quite a bit.
I don't doubt it.
When
I've
he's
heard
not
you say
around,
it.
I feel really confident
Yeah,
in that conversation
exactly.
because I'm like, he's not here to tell me that.
Yeah.
I'm totally wrong. With
Exactly.
something. But yeah, no, I know enough.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Sweet Ease Children's Boutique. Sweet Ease has the best selection of kids' clothes from newborn all the way through teen. And especially as a boy mom, it is so nice to have styles and options that actually fit our vibe. The sweat sets, the cool trucker hats, the shoes, but of course also the holiday jammies and the special occasion outfits. They've got everything. They have 2 locations in Chattanooga. They do personalization with their monogramming in-house, and they have a full online store. Use code HOTC for 10% off your entire purchase in-store or online.
What do you guys think is the biggest way that you earn people's trust in this? I mean, it's like we're saying, it's big investments. You're sending out big proposals. So it's like, is there something special about it, or are truly people just looking for the product and they're good to go?
I think I'll take this one. I think I'll talk now. He's very honest. And so I think a lot of times, you find yourself, and I think it's with any industry, you find yourself in a situation where they're like, oh yes, no, you need this. And just like he said, he'll tell you like, you don't need it. What do you want? Like, what's your top priority? If a client comes back with well, that's more than what I wanted to spend. It's like, okay, well, we have another solution. So I think that that's the best part. And I do think that clients love that because they don't want to feel the pressure of it's all or nothing.
Totally.
So I think his, phased concept is, ideal for a lot of people, or just the fact that he's like, no, scratch that. You don't need it. We'll do this instead.
Yeah.
And so I do think that that is a big part of how he not only like gains, but keeps their trust all throughout the process, and they continue to come back. So
That's so
I think
cool.
it's important.
Yeah.
I think with trust, legitimacy can be put in the same kind of category.
Yeah.
And so there's things in our industry called trunk slammers. I don't know if you've ever heard the term, but that's somebody that sells services like ours through Facebook or something. I know a guy type thing. And just having a storefront, that's really, it's a significant expense. We write it off more as like marketing. But it makes people feel a lot better that we're going to be there tomorrow. So you're making a sizable investment with somebody that's going to be here.
That's so
There's
true.
on the same side of, or also about legitimacy is we're security guys. So we have background checks, we have licensing, we have insurance, we have all of the things that you need to kind of technically trust us. And
That's
then
so true.
it's how we operate that gets that kind of, you want to trust us.
Right. I love it. That's so cool. Man, I didn't think about that as far as the physical space, but you're so right. I mean, that helps people just feel at ease that you're an institution.
One of my first clients, because I was new, actually they had an installation done, and that company just the one guy just left, and so she couldn't get service on her system, and I came in and I'm like, I can't work on that system, but it's a little aged, so we can put a new system in. And so her immediate thought is, well, what if you just leave? And I'm like, I promise I won't leave. And she's been a client now for almost 7 years. I sat down with her daughter for a report that she had to interview a veteran, and
Sweet.
so we've kind of grown close.
So sweet.
But it started with like you're not just fly by night thing, are you?
Skepticism. Yeah, that's so
But
sweet.
we do see it often, or they've got an issue and now all of a sudden this person's not answering the phone. Well, it's, Saturday and football's on and they're desperate. And so they're trying to find anybody that can show up and help them. So, you do have those they want to do your install and then that's it. They want to walk away. And really that, continued relationship and maintenance along the way is really important. And I don't think everybody realizes that, but it is
that sets you apart for sure. Yeah.
Because trust me, on a football Saturday, his phone is blowing up. You know when a game is about to come on because someone is desperate. So
I didn't think about that.
And
That's
he
funny.
answers because he's
Of course he does.
fantastic.
I try to answer.
That's
tries to
sweet.
answer, yeah.
Unless
So-
it's your team. No, I'm just kidding.
That's part of I'm a real estate agent. He's in the service industry. And so you've seen me, I promise someone has seen me at a restaurant. I'm working through dinner with my laptop out. He's constantly on the phone. And I know some people would probably be like, how do you do it? It's what we're used to.
Yeah.
It's our livelihood.
We had a date night. It was, I don't know what, 6 months ago, something like that. And we both just worked through the whole
The
thing.
whole thing.
Food was
That
cold
sounds
at the
about
end
right.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. His was totally cold. I'm like, you can eat, right? He's like, I can't. But that's how it goes.
I think it works because you're both.
I think
It's
so.
like I think that same thing about Mark and I is it's like we're both really into our careers, and I think if one is and one isn't, that is really tough because you get it. It still can be annoying, but you do get it, and it'll be your turn the next date night, or if it's both your turns, great. But yeah, that's funny. Okay,
Well,
so
it affords us so much too.
yes,
We neither of us miss hardly anything
right,
because of the flexibility.
Totally.
But when it's time to work,
yeah,
we got work.
you got to work, and work is at weird hours when you're business owners,
Yes, it is.
So you guys have a beautiful blended family, which I love. And, talking about this, like date nights being impacted and, you guys are both kind of workaholics in the best way. How has that worked? Like, as far as, do you have to do certain things to really shut it off? And do you take that time? Like, or is it just kind of like it works for you guys to kind of always be in and out of work?
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We're always in.
I'd say we don't ever really have to put a ton of effort into allocating that time because of the flexibility.
Yeah.
The
Sometimes
girls
it's
are older, all
Yeah.
three of them. One's in college and the other two might as well be. But
Yeah.
Well, no, 2 are in college. One just started.
That's right.
She graduated early, so now we have 2 in college.
Gosh.
I know,
Oh
crazy.
my gosh.
One's not far behind. When they were little, though, they've done jobs with him. They've gone with me. We show houses. They put signs in yards. Now they drive and they're not trying to spend any time with us. But yeah,
But they've seen hard work. That's so sweet.
They have. And so hopefully we've instilled that in them. But yeah, for the longest, they just tagged along with whatever we needed to do. I have a colleague, and she's been a really good friend for a long time. And she said to me one day, she's also an agent, and she said, honesty is truly the best policy. And so I have always been very just upfront. And so if I have a client that needs to see a house and I'm at a softball game, I'm doing my best to work it out, but I'm like, I'm here. Can we see it in an hour? If not, I head
Yes.
right then. And of course like the ones you need to act on immediately.
Totally.
Or if you're like, I've got a couple hours I could spare. But
Right.
most of the time, if you're like, my kid is doing this or this, they are always understanding. So I find that I just am honest from the beginning.
Yeah. That's so
And
smart.
So it does give a little bit of flexibility.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Totally.
time is of the essence with anything in
Of
real
course.
estate, right? So obviously you can only be flexible to a degree, but
But
his is
I love the fact that like we're all in industries where it's like it's not like our work is life or death. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
really we're dealing with just other real people living real lives, probably raising their families at
Yeah.
their softball games. Like
Yeah.
people are pretty generally understanding if you just kind of
Yeah.
say what you need and what's going to work best for, you know, kind of that compromise.
Well, and you have to know, like, obviously, in whether it's my industry or his, if it can wait or not. And so I think
Yeah.
that's, a couple of years ago in real estate, no, it could not wait. If you called me and we needed to see a house, you had to
Totally.
drop and go.
They would be
And
calling another
it
realtor.
didn't matter
Yeah.
what you were.
So true.
I was sick a couple of years ago and could not drive, and so I had to have my daughter drive me around. She just gotten her license. I don't even think she had a license. Actually, she may have only had her permit. But it was it was when the market was wild and crazy.
Yeah. You had to go.
And
Yeah.
so she's driving me around. I had like really bad vertigo. I've never had it before. It was the first time. It was terrible.
Oh,
I
gosh.
couldn't drive. It was so bad. And so, yeah, she had to drive me around. I'm like trying to work in the car. But it's what you have to do
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's
So,
totally true.
yeah, they just, like I said, they just go along with us. So.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so for FORTECH, I want to just speak some things into existence. Like, what is the next big move for you all? Like, what is that thing? I know we've talked about maybe certain builders you'd love to connect with or this or that. Like, what is the next level for you guys? And what are you going to grab onto this year?
I don't know. I kind of feel like we're in it.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what to grab at. We're
Yes.
just so in it.
This has been a huge year for him. It really, really
Yes.
has.
It's the connections are just I don't even know how to put it into words, but every day it's just a so and so told me about y'all, and we didn't even know you were in town. And it's like, I don't know how people still don't know we exist, but we're taking every opportunity that comes in front of us. I told you I'm the first one to say yes to stuff I don't want to do because there's gonna be something good at the end of it, and I've just kind of embraced that philosophy. Except for this, I pushed it off once, like I said.
I'm so proud of you for being here. And you've done great.
But so as far as a tangible
Yeah.
thing that we're grasping at, I don't have anything on the
Yeah.
horizon. It's a little bit of riding a bull and
Yeah.
just hanging on.
And just continuing to put on repeat what has brought you the success. I think that part's beautiful. Like you all might have cracked a bit of the code for what you want out of this, and now you just keep getting to do it.
Yeah,
you know?
there is the boring internal side of
Yeah.
our documentation and processes and improving that stuff. We are kind of at that point where
You could outsource that.
well, we need to increase our resource. We need more
Yeah.
employees, but we don't have the tools in place to do that. So our lead times are a little longer than we like. So there's a little bit of a pinch there.
Yeah.
But we're also able to prioritize better opportunities. So I don't ever want to look down my nose at a job. But we have to be a little bit pickier about stuff.
Yeah.
So if somebody's like, "Oh, can you do it for X?" It's like, "Well, we'll just go do a different job.
Right.
We don't have to sell ourselves short."
Right.
So
Totally.
we're doing a little bit of that, but we also acknowledge that we're in Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And we want to be reasonable. And I used to say that everyone's our client. That's some people in marketing would say that's a little silly. You have a target demographic. What is it? But everyone needs a TV installed. And a lot of people want camera systems that can be reasonably
Totally.
priced and
Totally.
security. And aging in place is something we haven't even put a lot of effort in, but that is
Aging in place?
pushing being a necessity.
What does that mean?
Well, people not wanting to move into homes.
So, like, elderly
Be able to
people,
keep
yeah.
on.
Oh, I
keep
see.
an eye
I
on
see.
elderly.
Yes. Okay. That kind
Yeah,
of
and so
safety.
you-
Yeah. I'm not even thinking about that yet.
Right,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Makes sense.
I'd say I'm not really thinking about that either.
Yeah.
I know it's out there, and it's very similar to just the security and,
Right.
and life safety we were already doing.
Right.
But we gotta have the right tools, and to continue keeping us accessible to
Yeah.
everyone.
I love it. Okay. Well, as the final question, I have to ask, and you guys can tag team this or do you? The heart of FORTECH is.
Probably. I mean, it would be our clients, I guess, and our employees. I mean, they really keep us going every
Yeah,
day.
I mean, just people.
Yeah, people.
Sweet. I love it.
Without them, we definitely wouldn't be sitting here today. So,
Yeah, all the people. But it's not even just clients and employees, but you. You're integral to our growth. Every connection that we've made through you has furthered that. So
Aw, thanks,
really just
guys.
people in general
Yeah.
have taken us a long way.
Sweet. Chattanooga's special, man.
It
Yeah, it
is.
is.
We're
We've-
lucky.
We've really tried the last couple of years to be more involved with the community, and I think it's paying off for us, and we enjoy every minute of it. So yeah.
Well, you guys are wonderful. Thanks for being on
Thank
Heart of the City.
you.
And
Thank
I'm going to
you.
start my wish list for my FORTECH installations, and I'll be in touch.
A golf simulator could be at
I
the
know.
top.
Hey,
Mark
I think I'm
needs
going to start
it.
with like security. Yeah.
I'm
But
on
yeah,
Mark's side.
yeah.
Golf simulator. he
Golf
needs
simulator. Fine. Okay. Thank y'all.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank
Thank you.
you.